Well, I finally uploaded my first YouTube video, and they say the first step is always the hardest. So smooth sailing from here on out, right? Hi, I'm Decadev, this is Decadev, and welcome to Decadev. If you watched my last and only video, you may have noticed I said, "New video coming in 2 weeks," but obviously that didn't happen. Why, you're probably asking? Because every time I tried to make something, my little goblin brain said it wasn't good enough. First, it was my art, which I understand. I tried to have a super simplistic art style so I could make a lot of videos, but it ended up not being very visually appealing. So I updated it. Then it was my script, so I wrote a total of 5 and I only liked 2 of them. But then when I recorded those 2 videos, one of them ended up being like 30 minutes long and the audio was all jacked up, and it just wasn't worth the energy to put into that video specifically. Then for the last audio I recorded, what the expletive brain? It says here that I didn't finish that video because I didn't like the sound of my own voice. Yep, that sounds about right. How is that possible? It's our voice. We have it. It's our voice. I don't know. I just found it annoying. See, I stepped on my brain because it's small. So I've been in a loop of starting something and stopping over the past couple years of my life. So today, purely to spite my perfectionism and anxiety, I am going to be going over my shower thoughts. And if I'm being honest, they're not shower thoughts as much as they are a constant stream of consciousness. I'll just be sitting at my computer and suddenly think, I wonder if shouting a meme could stop you from getting mugged. Imagine, you're about to get stabbed, but then suddenly you shout, "Yo, Red's the imposter!" Like, what would both parties do? Perhaps the assailant would freeze out of pure bewilderment. Maybe they'd be confused, giving you time to escape. Or maybe, with the knife in their hand, they'd stop and reflect. They'd think of a simpler time. They'd think of a time when they'd hop into a voice call with their friends. A time before they had to worry about food on the table and bills on the mailbox. Perhaps they'd look at the person they're robbing and wonder if they could have been friends in a different timeline. Or maybe they could have been friends in this one. Perhaps it's not too late. Maybe they'd drop their knife and instead reach out a hand. Though, no, they'd probably just stab you. Hold on a second. Committing die on someone is just an Among Us reference? So I barely have any money, so I was thinking about business ideas. I don't know how or why I continuously come across this idea, but underground baby fighting rings. Now I know what you're thinking, that's horrible, and you're right. But imagine how funny it'd be, like just 2 babies in a ring. You don't give them lethal weapons or anything, just foam bats and stuffed animals. Then you'd make them fight until one of them cries. I know it sounds dangerous and inhumane, but it's only one of those things. I mean, I dropped my sister dozens of times when she was an infant, and she came out. Okay, on second thought, maybe this isn't a good idea. Is what a loser and or responsible functioning human being would say. Speaking of dropping babies, how many do you think you could beat in a fight? Like, you know the question, would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or a horse-sized duck? The real question is, how many infants would it take to Among Us reference you? Obviously, the starting number of infants would be nearly infinite. But what about 2-year-olds, or toddlers even? Like, I'm pretty sure I could handle a group of 23-year-olds, but 27-year-olds? I just imagine being the Doomslayer guy and cutting through hordes of preteens as they try to take me down with their floppy, pathetic pubescent arms. Decadev here. Is oil wet? And why isn't my girlfriend? We all had the discussion, is water wet in 2018, but what about oil, or to be more specific, things drenched in oil? Google defines wet as covered or saturated with water, or another liquid. So due to that other technicality, I guess yes, and by following that logic, anything wet could technically be soggy. So while boiled chicken is boiled chicken and fried chicken is fried chicken, they're both soggy. Okay, I know you may have brushed it off, but I don't think we talked about the fighting babies enough. Like, I get it, having them cry will be discouraged. So instead, how about we give them challenges? Like, we put a graham cracker on each of their foreheads, and the first baby to eat the other baby's cracker wins. And their parents can sit on the sidelines and say when the other baby took it too far. We could pay the parents in scholarships and put money aside to give the baby when it turns 18. And how many of those babies would it take to beat me? And if I shouted Cocomelon, do you think they'd spare me or Among Us reference me nonetheless? All of these questions need answers. Well, suck it, anxiety. I wrote this script in 1 day, and I'm recording it right now, and if you're watching it, I finished making the video. So, yeah. I'm really enjoying the process of making this video so far. It's honestly been an awesome change of pace from stressing myself into making quality content. When I was a wee little lad, I always wanted to make an animated storytime channel, but because of the toxicity of the critique community and the toxicity of the storytime community in itself, I thought I shouldn't. So rather than writing scripts and making content I actually liked, I wrote stuff I thought others would. But from now on, I think I'm just going to try to have fun and make silly, goofy content like the silly, goofy guy I am. And if you watched this video all the way through, thank you. If you liked the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you didn't, still like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any ideas for future content, let me know. I'd love new ideas of what to do or stories to tell. I don't know what I'm doing. I just want to have fun doing it. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay fluffy.